New at 5, a former Michigan high school athlete highlighting the importance of heart health among our youth.
Screenings can sometimes be critical for kids and teenagers, and that's especially true for young people who have a family history of heart disease, are competitive athletes, or experience any chest pain.
7 News Detroit reporter Peter Maxwell spoke with him and shares his story and how his advocacy for heart health is becoming part of a national movement.
You wouldn't think that high school students would be at risk for cardiac arrest, but it happened to Alex Bowerson, and that's why he's sharing his near-death experience in hopes of saving others.
I never thought people could have heart problems at young ages. I didn't know things like this existed.
As a high school athlete, Alex Bowerson was busy playing football, baseball, and wrestling, and shortly after lacing up his shoes to go on a run for wrestling practice, he collapsed.
I first went down and had a cardiac arrest with seizure-like symptoms, so it looked like I was having a seizure.
Thankfully, the high school cheerleading coach, who was also an ER nurse, was nearby. Her training kicked in and knew Alex was experiencing cardiac arrest. While someone was starting CPR, she went to go get an AED.
Within 2 minutes, I got one shock from a defibrillator, AED, and a couple minutes later, had a pulse again.
While at the hospital, Alex was diagnosed with a heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. The American Heart Association says 1 in 500 have HCM, but a majority are undiagnosed, and it can be the leading cause of sudden cardiac death in young athletes. That's why Corewell Health will be holding a free heart screening on February 1st, which is the first National Youth Heart Health Day.
Parents can bring their children in age 13 to 18 if they have an appointment, and they're going to receive a blood pressure check. They're going to learn hands-on CPR and how to use an AED, get an EKG, and get a limited echo with our cardiologist.
And sometimes you don't have any symptoms, and it can happen out of nowhere.
Matilda Evertson is a student at West Bloomfield High School and helped organize Alex's visit to talk to their school with fellow student Amarina Crico. They're asking classmates to register and get that free heart screening that will be offered here at school.
I think really getting that heart check, you can be aware that you have some sort of condition that will make you at risk. So some of the times you do know and sometimes you don't, and that's the scary part.
If someone drops on the floor and sudden cardiac arrest happens and no one knows what to do, that person can end up not surviving. And so we should be making sure that we know what to do in events like this, making sure to locate an AED and know how to do CPR.
After his near-death experience, Alex hopes his story can save a life and for teens to take their heart health seriously.
Know where your AEDs are at, and if you're feeling something weird in your chest, weird feelings, chest pain, advocate for yourself. Get an EKG.
In West Bloomfield, Peter Maxwell, 7 News Detroit.